Episode 4 of Dexter Original Sin, entitled Fender Bender. Let's just get up into this episode. We start out with a hot couple roller skating as they encounter a dead body hanging by its neck. Miami Metro arrives to the scene. Captain Mustache sees Maria answering questions and immediately tells her to stay away from the fucking press. I'm like, Captain Mustache, he is truly bothered by Maria. Turns out the dead body is Jimmy, Judge Powell's son. Child, they done took this little boy out. Maria wants to work on this case, but Captain Mustache puts her on a case at Prostitute Park instead. It's giving shade for sure. Dexter tells Harry that he stopped breathing when he saw Jimmy's body. Harry confronts him and tells him that feeling this is normal, especially after seeing a kid murdered. Deb is at home with Sophia. She's pissed as always that Harry took the truck after promising she could use it. Now at Prostitute Park with a dead man's body, Dexter and Maria, who thinks Dexter may be too young for forensics. Dexter examines the body and determines the man was strangled from their killer who stood in front of them. He said it was an educated guess and Maria wasn't having no goddamn guessing. She said she needed real fucking forensics, ho. Deb and Sophia are at school trying to figure out how to get the volleyball team to the beach. Tiffany pulls up in her new truck and offers everyone a ride but Deb and Sophia. Deb said fuck that bitch and fuck the beach, and that she's got a better idea. At work, Harry is making sure that Dexter's mother, Laura's files, don't mention anything about Dexter being shipped in a container, and I'm like, what? Harry, what did you do? And Dexter doesn't remember any of it? What is happening here? We go into a Harry flashback where he and Watt are prepping for Laura's meeting with Zenny in hopes of getting closer to Estrada. Harry is concerned about sending her in, while Watt thinks she's capable and also aware that she and Harry have a thing. Laura can't meet with Zenny because she doesn't have a babysitter for Brian and Dexter. Harry volunteers to watch them while Watt goes with Laura. She allows it, but prefers for Harry to be with her. Harry assures her that Watt has her covered. Next, we see Deb and Sophia buying weed from their Blockbuster worker dealer. He asked them if they want to buy some coke as well. These bitches sniff the coke on site in public to see if they like it, and I'm like, what? They said it's way better than Dexter's coke. At work, we see Dexter looking for his next fix via old police reports. At home, Harry is checking on Dexter. He tells him that Clark said he did a good job at the Prostitute Park crime scene. Dexter really wants to catch Jimmy's killer. He needs to unalive someone else before these feelings take over in ways he can't control. Dexter got it bad, man. He found an alleged murderer who goes by Mad Dog. We don't know for sure that Mad Dog is a murderer as there's been no evidence and he's never been prosecuted. Dexter wants to target him next to get his fix. Deb comes home and, you'll never guess it, she was pissed. This time, it's because Dexter didn't tell Harry that she became captain of the volleyball team. She's also pissed that Harry didn't leave her the truck like he promised. Honestly, I do understand Deb, and she has every right to be pissed in this situation. Harry asks her if she's on something, which we know she's on that powder, that white powder, and she storms off. Harry then kinda approve of Mad Dog's execution, but tells Dexter to make sure that he's a murderer first. Also, allowing your son to go around killing people and you're a whole cop is nasty work. The next day, Dexter finds Mad Dog and schedules a time to charter his boat. He gets a card from Mad Dog that had his address on it, so needless to say, Dexter went to Mad Dog's home to look for evidence. At work, Tanya discovers that Jimmy's death was caused by an ice pick to the head, but they don't know where it took place. She discovered from the autopsy that all he had eaten were those bougie Lunchables. Dr. Mustache wants answers for Judge Powell and his wife. Dr. Mustache's ex-wife and son show up out of the blue and she is tired of his shit. She wants him to take their son to his soccer game, but Captain Mustache says, bitch, he's busy. Apparently, Becca, his ex-wife, is now engaged to the man whom she cheated on Captain Mustache with, and I'm like, girl, this is messy. He blames her, but she tells him to take some fucking responsibility. Dexter goes to comfort Captain Mustache's son. He tells Dexter that his father used to have time for him until he got promoted. Captain Mustache is a mess, girl, okay? Next, we see Dexter, Maria, and Clark. Dexter is holding some melons. They're working on the prostitute Park case. Dexter's theory is that this guy was strangled to death before falling to the ground, meaning this killer was vicious. The victim's cash was still on him when his body was found, so Dexter thinks that this was solely about the kill. Maria thinks that the victim's sexuality may have played a part in the murder. Later, we see Dexter find a guy, Reyes, who is allegedly Mad Dog's next target. Reyes is scheduled to testify in court, which could be bad for Mad Dog. On his way out, Dexter learns that Clark's brother was killed when they were younger. Next, we see Deb and Sophia at a club. Sophia gets occupied with the guy while Deb intrudes in on the VIP group to drink their champagne. She's approached by a guy who knows that group of people and says that a famous boxer is in charge of it. He gives her his card and he tells her to call him sometime. At home, Dexter arrives to tell Harry that he's certain that this Reyes guy is Mad Dog's next victim. Harry thinks that Mad Dog is out of Dexter's league, but Dexter thinks that Reyes will die if he doesn't step in. Back to a Harry flashback where we see Brian ripping the tails off of lizards. I'm like, these what? Dexter has run off somewhere, so Harry panics. It made him instantly think of his own son missing and drowning in the pool. Fortunately, he ends up finding Dexter in the backyard. Back to real time where we see Dexter ready to sail with Mad Dog. Turns out others will also be on the boat. They're on the water sailing and Dexter is digging. Mad Dog tells him that he worked in real estate and foreclosed many homes and that everyone he foreclosed deserved it. What an asshole. At home, we see Deb. She calls the guy she met at the club. He pulls up and takes her for a drive. She's impressed by his car. They go to his place where they seem to get it on. She doesn't plan to go home as she left Harry a voicemail saying that she was staying at Sophia's, and I'm like, girl, you don't even know this man. Harry has another flashback. Laura arrived home to find him and the boys asleep. She sees how good he is with them. Her meeting went well with Zenny. Zenny wants her to start moving more product. Laura still clearly wants to fuck Harry, but Harry is not trying to give up the dick. She wants that thing and finally gets it, and I'm like, girl, good for you. Okay, she deserved it. Back to present day where we see Mad Dog at home. His record player mysteriously starts playing. He goes to check it out and is knocked out by Dexter with one of Mad Dog's guitars, which is diabolical. Dexter ties Mad Dog up and posts photos of the people that Mad Dog had foreclosed. Mad Dog wakes up and manages to wrestle Dexter to the ground. He is trained, bitch, okay? Mad Dog did some Hurricanrana type shit with his legs and wrestled Dexter to the floor, okay? Mad Dog managed to escape, running down the street in his boxers. Dexter is close to catching him, but Mad Dog is taken out by a driving car, bitch, which means that Dexter was robbed of getting his fix. This was another great episode. I do feel like I'm enjoying the show more and more as it goes on. The first two episodes were kind of meh, and then we got to 3 and 4, and I'm like, I am really interested in this series. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought. I can't wait for episode 5.